Welcome back to the Kaleidosphere, a Dungeons & Dragons Play Podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master Nathan. Joining me are Grant.
Lucky Shore, proud proprietor of The Lucky Goose.
Cody.
What if we called it the Jack Rackmin Inn? Jack Rackmin? I don't know. Something like that.
Pippin.
Oh, I got a name. The Whore Shore. Or the Shore's Whore.
Jonathan.
Mitzka, and I propose that we call it the Cat's Cradle.
Nice. And Alex.
Clacker Volkson. Since I have the last word, it's called Tea and Honey Quarters.
That was good.
Join us on episode 31 of the Kaleidosphere's first campaign, To Whom the Sea Belongs. Quick note, we are on Patreon now, so check it out. You can get our OnlyFins bi-weekly show about the show, / about Stephen King and other media and writers. You can get ad-free episodes, although we do have some cool ads and sponsors, so, you know, that's a trade-off. You can see battle maps and world maps and region maps that I have custom made for the show, some of which is available for free on our Discord as well. You get monthly PDFs related to various shows that the network has put out, and at higher tiers you can submit an NPC name and or get your own personalized shout-out on this show. So lots of good stuff. Check it out. Enough admin, let's get into a quick recap. Last week you woke up and spoke with, well, that was 2 weeks ago, you spoke with the elder of this town, and then you went and ate French toast and argued a lot, and then you went outside of the inn and argued a lot, and then you thought about stealing a wheel off of a sign and ended up not doing that after a lot of
Because
arguing.
we argued a lot.
Right. You went to speak with Clacker's cousin, Captor Clixon, and argued with him a lot, and now you are going to open an inn. So that's where we're picking up. It has been about 90 minutes between the episode 2 weeks ago and where we are now.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think Mitzka is just down to some, like, you know, good old-fashioned cleaning montage, you know, really rolling up her sleeves, like, sweeping things out, like, sweeping out the front and, like, retouching, like, some paint, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before we get too deep into the cleaning process, did we find anything crime scene investigation-wise before we...
Yeah, so we'll start at the very beginning when you first get to the outside of the Downy Goose. Moriarty, you wanted to investigate the outside before just plunging in?
Yeah, I wanted to investigate each area as we started to, get there and clean, but yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Alrighty then. Come on, good Rose. Critical. So that's a 27.
Oh, nice.
Do I
Nice.
notice anything?
It's in disrepair. The inn is in
Oh, yeah, it
no
is. Jesus
way,
Christ, please.
no way at all is it like winterproof, which given it's early summer right now, so that's not the most pressing thing, but there's large holes in the walls, bits of the roof are missing. You can see up through the second floor to the third floor because of patches missing in the floor. As you like creak the door open and peek in, I mean, it's generally what you would expect of an abandoned inn. There's a layer of dust just from the amount of rodents and such. There's piles of rat poop. You do see various small animal tracks. Looks like they're generally rats of varying size.
It's a good thing we have Lucky.
As has been the case with other buildings throughout this town, you notice that behind what appears to have been a tapestry, it's been like torn down. It's just shredded fabric at this point. There's a couple runes carved into the walls deeper into this building.
What the fuck?
Oh.
I was literally just about to ask, so I still have detect magic up. What am I sensing about this place?
Can I point these runes out to the others? And
Yeah, especially like with Moriarty and Mitzka, you can find these runes. It appears to be the same sort of theoretically magic suppressing rune, although you haven't really been able to, you haven't run into that issue yet.
How
And
many
as
of them
is
are
true
there?
of the other runes, they're carved into the walls rather than like painted or anything. There are two that Moriarty pointed out that he could see just from the doorway. One behind a tattered tapestry, and the other is tucked behind, would have been invisible because a table would have been in the way, but the table has since collapsed.
This place sucks.
Yeah, the rune from behind the table is emanating abjuration magic just like all the others, but, abjuration magic just like the others are abjuration magic, but it does feel different. The aura is more, sinister.
I think Mitzka would say something like, I don't really like it in here. Feels somehow weirder than the rest of the town, which already feels pretty weird.
I mean, we are fixing this up so that nefarious people will come try to kill us. So that feels about right. Just being honest here.
Is the whole party here, or is Lucky, Clacker, Jantor, are they out doing other things?
I am out right now, spreading the word, doing my marketing. Hello, Trisyn! And I got my loot, and I go ding-ding-ding-ding. If you're tired of this town's constant abuse, whether human, elf, Viking, orca, or moose, then with a great joy, I will introduce Trisyn's new inn, the Lucky Goose.
Because you are a bard, would you say that this is valor marketing?
That is such an esoteric fucking joke that like 2 people will get. But if you do get it, yes, that is
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
Thanks.
And I don't have to roll performance since I actually sang, right?
Yeah.
That's usually the rule.
Yep. Just like if you beat me in an arm wrestle, you don't have to actually make a strength check.
Right.
Deal.
Do you have inspiration already, Lucky?
No.
I nominate Lucky for inspiration
Yeah,
for
that's
actually
inspiration
singing.
worthy. Go ahead and grab that.
You know what? Yeah.
For actually singing instead of just rolling for it.
Thanks, Clacker. Yeah, I'm just going around town and spreading the word. And then once the sun goes down, I'm definitely going to make my way to the Conifer Lodge.
Sure. So, to the Conifer Lodge, not the Downy Goose.
No.
Okay.
I've got a date. I've got a date, bitch.
Oh, the Cedar Cellar.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. The Conifer Lodge is the other haunted place. Okay, so we'll circle back to Lucky in a little bit, but Clacker, are you with the rest of the party or with Captor or doing something else?
Yeah, I've been at
The Lucky Goose?
Downy Goose, former Downy Goose, now the what was it again?
Okay, sure.
The Lucky Goose.
Well, I need you all to
yeah,
describe
I'm
it
there,
in
like, helping out.
some amount of detail. Who goes in first, and how you go about cleaning out this place. Think typical inn, fairly large common room, kitchen that's in disuse, kind of behind a bar full of crummy, broken bottles, ransacked staircase that's creaky and kind of falling apart, leading to the second and third floor where there's overnight rooms.
I can go in first.
I'll follow in right after.
All right. And Jack, make a perception check with advantage because of Moriarty's prior reconnaissance.
21.
All right. I don't think you see anything, but the skin on the back of your neck pricks up. You get the distinct sense that there is a presence in this room.
Maybe there's something to this place being haunted. I feel like someone's watching me, and it's not you folks.
Yeah, as you scan the room, you see some tracks that stop. Unlike other mouse and rodent tracks that kind of skitter across the floor back and forth, kind of disrupting the dust but showing that something has passed in the past, day or two. These tracks distinctly stop in a pile of rat poop.
It's a really good thing we have a cat running this in to catch all the rats.
Gross.
Yeah.
Right. Something suspicious with this. Just stops here. Whatever this is lives in rat poop, and now it's just gone.
Yeah, as you say it, and as you're staring at the rat poop, this hideous creature glares at you with beady eyes, just suddenly popping into existence right there in the rat poop. And Jack, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
12.
Okay, you're rattled, but you are not mechanically frightened. And I copied a picture into the Discord because I didn't make a token for this thing. But it's like something between an insect and like a lizard. Just glaring at you with kind of mandible-like teeth and beady black eyes. And then when it sees that you're not terribly phased by its presence, it gets down on all fours and scurries further back into the inn.
Did you all just fucking see that thing?
Everyone did see that.
Mitzka, I think she immediately casts light and tries to follow this thing. on her star blade and
Yeah.
says, "Find it."
I imagine, like, flavor-wise, that's just the blade itself emanating the light.
Mhm. Like glowing this bright white light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But Mitsuka's gonna go chase after it immediately.
Yeah, I'll follow. Like, I'm on it. I'm like, what the fuck was that? We just found a
Sure.
cryptid.
So how close was it to us?
It was right in my face.
I'd say it was 11 feet away from Moriarty.
But how far did it run?
11.
Oh, it's scurried behind the bar back into the kitchen. If you all want to make
okay,
athletics or acrobatics checks to catch up to it, we can do that real quick.
Well, you know Moriarty and things running away.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm 5.
17.
Fucking 5. Why is that so funny in voice?
16.
Yeah.
A 9.
So, Jack, because it startled you, you don't really start with your best foot forward, and so everyone else pushes past you and easily
turtle
catches
goes
up to
past
this
me.
thing. Yeah, the turtle goes past you. Moriarty is able to reach it first and, cut it off from the doorway, and it just kind of hisses and then backs into a corner, stares up at you.
Should I squish it?
Beautiful. I mean, it seems scared.
For some reason, I heard Zachariah in my head saying beautiful, and that makes me want to squish it all the more. Because everything that he called beautiful always caused issues.
Right. As you're looking down at it, and it up at you, its neck elongates, and its arms kind of shrink into its body, and its body seems to lose some of its form, some of its skeletal structure, and this thing polymorphs into a centipede and crawls down between 2 slats in the wood down into the basement.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Yarr, that's a new one by me.
Yeah.
Next time, I guess we just step on it.
So squish the thing next time then.
I don't know, I wanted to talk to it. It seemed like a reasonable thing. I was scared.
For reference, you keep talking about squishing it. It's about 18 inches tall. Still easily
That's
squishable
enormous.
by adventurer
That's
standards.
huge, actually.
By
Like if
by
you were
adventurer
measuring
standards, it's
a
squishable,
spyglass.
but
An
To be
enormous
fair,
spyglass.
Moriarty and his fishing pole have found out many things are squishable.
yes.
That is,
I'm just
yeah.
saying it's bigger than like a beetle.
Would I be able to very easily squish it?
Well, at first I thought it was as big as a man.
Oh no. Yeah, like 18 inches tall.
So
So a
then,
lot
do
of inches.
should we follow it down into the basement?
I have a feeling if it's one of those, like, if there's one, there's a lot of them situation. Weird lizards. Bugs and lizards both share that problem.
I get that point. So are you saying you don't want to follow it into the basement then?
I'm saying we should just be ready for a whole bunch of them to jump out at us and try and scare us. And
but
maybe,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
so, sword drawn.
All right.
And then you do head into the basement.
Yarg.
I'll have each of you make a perception check.
16.
An 8.
14.
Rolls are steadily going lower.
Mine got better.
And Mitsuka rolled a critical fail.
I'm still better than at least Mitzka.
That's the real metric.
She walks into a wall somehow, even though she has light.
Mitzka, you fail to notice the one floorboard that everyone else noticed to avoid on the stairs, and so you fall. And you take no physical damage, but it's embarrassing. You land on your shell and you have to wobble to get back up.
Oh my god. Mitsuka eventually gets to manage the shelf on her side and gets up and then wipes all the dust off of her robe and then kind of sniffs and pretends like nothing happened.
Yeah.
But you can tell her shell hurts.
Jack, with the
pride.
highest perception in the group, you do not see this creature anywhere. Neither centipede nor lizard bug.
How big's this basement?
Well, it's larger than a residential basement. There's enough room for plenty of storage throughout the whole winter for salt meat, or salt pork, ale, barrels of wine. There's plenty of room. There's very few actual boxes or barrels left.
Would you say
Anything
it's
magical down here?
15 feet, 20 feet,
I'd say 40 feet.
40 feet?
Yeah, and Mitzka, no, you don't detect anything magical down here.
Man, this sure is a tasty beer.
Can I, like, investigate the area where I think it crawled from the roof down into the basement? Like, find that, like, spot and start searching from there?
Investigation with advantage.
Can I
17.
cast guidance on?
Sure.
Alright.
Yeah, add a d4.
So it's just a d4.
21.
Yeah. You do find that there are some old cobwebs, clearly no longer inhabited by spiders, along the ceiling, and thankfully those cobwebs are there because you're able to trace the path of something that has crawled along the ceiling. You can trace it to one of those what are they called? Egress windows. But it's not, like, intentionally a window there, it's rather part of the inn has kind of collapsed on itself. So it appears this thing has crawled back out into town.
Great.
Well, boys, at least it's not inside here anymore.
Right.
So we just leave it alone, finish doing the cleaning?
I mean, we gotta clean it, right? I mean, part of the plan.
Right, I'm pretty sure Lucky's, like, already instigating the town to come murder us by talking, you know. It's some sort of plan about singing a song. Get everybody coming tomorrow and try to get us killed tonight.
I mean, it adds up.
Yeah, Mitzka just kind of like shakes her head. She's like, well, we better get this over with. And yeah, starts kind of touching things up, like upstairs.
All
or
right.
heads upstairs to go.
Quite a few areas. Let's be specific. There's the kitchen, or let's start with the cellar. You're in the cellar. Go back upstairs. There's the kitchen. This is all on the ground floor. Just outside of the kitchen is the bar, and then the commons area, which is large enough I would consider that kind of two separate areas. Going upstairs to the second and third floor, there's just a wide variety of the same general style of overnight rooms. There's hostel style and private room style. I'd like specifically to know where you're cleaning, Mitzka, or in what order you're cleaning, and then once you're cleaning one area, other people can pitch in about where they're going.
I think I'd start with probably like the common area and then the bar, you know, like kind of the first things people would see. So like if they did peek in through the windows or the lack of, you know, thereof of like proper walls and doors and stuff, they would see like the main areas are getting kind of cleaned up and turned into something. I'm just going to ignore the rooms upstairs for now.
Right.
Right, okay. Mitzka, can I please have an intelligence save?
Okay, it's a solid 10.
Okay, I'm gonna whisper you something.
Jonathan, it's me. You never gotta guess.
You learn that.
Yeah,
Did you say there's
insane
like
now.
a space down in the basement to get, like, that leads outside? Like, is it on the cellar, like, somewhat connected to the just like ground floor, like the ground level? Or
Yeah, so part of the exterior wall and part of the ground floor have caved in a little bit. It's not like sufficient enough to say that the ground floor is completely unstable, but in this particular area you would avoid like the kind of hole in the ground. It's big enough for
Okay, I just didn't
big
know
enough
if it was
for
one of those
Clacker to squeeze
situations where
through.
like a cellar was like a building was built into a hill and the cellar's like down below, but it's
Oh, I see
also
what you're
like on a
saying.
ground floor.
No, it's flat ground. It's just, you know, you had to go up a couple steps to get into the first floor.
Okay. So my plan is now you're a little bit out of the window if that's the case. It's not really on the ground floor.
So Mitzka's cleaning the common area. The rest of you, Moriarty is analyzing the hole, determining where this thing could have escaped into the city, making sure the building is still stable.
Kind of moves on pretty quick after that. No.
Sure, okay.
Well, I kind of got a little bit of a plan. Well, I was hoping that I could, you know, blow that dirt and stuff from the cellar outside, but it doesn't seem like that's going to work.
I see.
See, my plan was, with all these holes in the floor, I was going to just... Jack had some idea about blowing the dirt everywhere. And he was going to say, I'll just punch a hole in the floors, blow the dirt down to the lower floor, and then the next lower floor, and then we blow everything out of the cellar outside. And then we fix everything.
There you go. Well,
Makes sense
Clacker
to me.
and Jack, you notice Mitzka behaving in kind of an odd way. Jonathan, if you want to describe that.
Yeah, so Mitzka, I think, like, she had, like, a broom. It's kind of, like, some old, like, raggedy broom. and she was like sweeping, and then all of a sudden like tensed up and like drops the broom and is like whispering and muttering to herself, and like just like is kind of like in this unnatural position, like shoulders like hunched up and like just staring like at the floor, but like clearly looking way beneath the floor.
Hey there, Mitzka, you doing okay?
And like Mitzka kind of like looks up and like looks at Clacker and is just like staring directly into Clacker's eyes.
Oh, so you want to have a staring contest, huh? I see how it is. We got business to do, but, you know, I can go for it. And I just stare right back.
Mitzka starts like twitching, like, now, that,
Sound like Yoshi.
Oh, you blinked, you lose.
Mitzka starts like shaking like even more and like looks, I think, kind of upset, but kind of hard to tell at the same time. Just agitated in general.
Okay, you know, I know it's, you know, you gotta lose sometimes. Yeah, is something? Do you have something weird to eat? Yeah, I know, right? No, he's out singing something. I don't know. Do you need some fresh air? Do you need to get out of here?
She's clearly had a stroke.
And then
Yeah,
Mitzka kind of like shakes her head and she's like, what, hello? What just happened?
You went into some sort of a fugue state.
No. And she like looks down at the broom on the floor and looks confused, and she's like, oh, I guess maybe the lack of sleep or something, but didn't sleep too well last night. Did I say anything? Did I do anything?
Yeah, you kind of were twitching around and moving your head, and you were going, I did. Yeah, it was. I don't know. I haven't seen anything like that before.
Both Jack and Clacker, and doesn't believe them. Like, does not. She's like, I see. You're messing with me again. Well, I can appreciate humor, but I don't think there's much time for that right now. And picks up the broom and gets back to like sweeping stuff out.
I mean, I lean over to Jack, and I'm like, I mean, you saw that too, right?
Yard. This place.
Mitzka's like, can both of you get back to work? We don't have much time. We need to fix up this whole place and then get out of this town as soon as we can. Let's go.
Yard.
Okay, I guess, but you know, I don't know. Maybe you should do something other than sweeping. That seemed to make you upset or something.
Right.
Well, you know what makes me upset is when people aren't putting in their fair share.
Oh, do you want to carry the totem?
Do you want
Speaking
to
of the
sweep
totem,
up
where
the
is
whole-
it?
It's just outside right now.
Clacker's sweeping with it.
I'm sweet. It's like leaned up against the outside of the building.
Okay.
I think Mitzka just goes back again, like she just goes back to cleaning, but like I think she's kind of like rubbing her head and definitely doesn't feel like 100% at home in her shell right now.
Right.
Like her shelf, her normal shelf.
Yep. That was a green shell because it missed the mark.
That was a blue shell because it was aimed right at me.
Bold of you to assume you're in first.
So the noon progresses into early afternoon, and you get the ground floor pretty well cleaned up. Does anyone want to head up and try to tidy up the rooms on the second and third floor, or first and second floor if you're European?
I don't think we need to, because
No.
I mean, mostly we should worry about like this front room and the outside. I feel like it's supposed to be an illusion, right? I mean,
Okay.
we're not actually opening it in.
Right.
I mean, the marketing's going swimmingly.
So maybe we should all get outside. Like, this looks pretty nice, I think, right? I mean, we spent a lot of time in here cleaning up this room and the bar area. Maybe we should take a step outside, get some fresh air, clean up the front porch and the sides. Maybe the dust is getting to your, I don't know, allergies.
Sure. Yeah, you can clean the outside without issue. I mean, there's just a lot of vines and stuff that have kind of crawled into the woodwork of the walls. Jantor is a short distance away, kind of a little bit into the tree line, past the fields where the town is growing, like wheat and corn. And you see him just kind of hanging out there. He seems to be in some sort of like meditation, or maybe he's just deep in thought. But yeah, the totem is leaning up against the house while you're cleaning out the rest of it.
You know, I I think I would say to Jantor, I'd be like, hey, come here.
Oh, okay. And he'll plod over and he'll say, hey, you know, I'm really worried about my forest, and we needed to get the Eye of the Norns as quickly as possible to get back and stop the gnolls and stop Apex.
Yar.
You really think fixing this inn is going to help us find the Eye of the Norns?
Well, I think it will help us find whoever is doing this weird scam, and that way when we go get the Eye of the Norns, we won't get jumped and murdered like everyone else.
I see. Okay.
Are you familiar with weird lizard bugs that can shapeshift into centipedes?
He blinks at you. He reaches up a big moosey hand and rubs his little eye and blinks at you again. No.
Are you much of a medicine man?
Oh, I can heal using the power of nature.
I think our friend has had a seizure.
Oh, let's see.
I know it's quite dire. It could be anything. It could be a stroke, some sort of heart attack. I don't know how many turtles' hearts.
Yeah, and after examining Mitzka, Jantor finds nothing wrong with her. She's in good health as Dragon
Which Mitzka,
Turtleborn.
of course, is protesting the whole time. He's like, of course I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing wrong with me at all.
But Mitzka, your leg keeps twitching when I hit your knee with a hammer.
I think that's normal.
I think that's what it's supposed to do. Do turtles have knees? Do dragon turtles?
Dragon Turtleborn have knees.
Turtleborn.
Yeah.
Fair, okay. They're little shells on my knees.
What? You have knee pads?
It's perfect. I'm made for
Right.
skating.
I was like, do you have leg warmers too?
Gross.
Well, so you got
Alright.
the
You
ground
passed the
floor all
nose test.
tidied up. There's not much else to do if you're not gonna worry too much about the floors higher up.
What time is it?
It's 1:30, 1:45.
Well, do we have any other plans?
No,
I was just gonna say.
Find the Eye of the Norns.
We've cleaned
is
it
a
up.
plan.
I mean, we're working on it.
Okay, I'll just
was-
go back to my forest. Or not my forest, but back to that little patch of trees over there.
I mean, we did save a lot of time thanks to the Totem of Tygal. I mean, we'd still be in those mountains otherwise, right?
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, you were right.
Good.
I mean, we did just kill a bunch of his people, so he's less likely to try to do something right now.
Hopefully.
Throughout the day, the weather has been hot and humid, but while there are clouds on the horizon at any given point, you haven't had another thunderstorm since late last night. It is rain summer, so this is a little bit of a dry spell.
So maybe we should fix the roof, which is on the upper floors. Connected.
That's true.
just might want to, whereas
I mean, I guess if we have all this time.
not. Here, I'll just punch a hole in the wall on the next to the floor. You just blow all the dirt outside, and then we mend it back. We'll do that for all the rooms, and just keep fixing everything fast.
Sure, yeah, I use prestidigitation.
Yeah, I'll need a charisma save from both Moriarty and Jack.
Boys, alright, let's do this.
24.
Woo!
An 8.
Uh-oh.
Oh, was I supposed to whisper those?
No, I'm whispering to you now. There you go. So for roughly a minute, you can roleplay accordingly as Jack is trying to help you clean the rooms out.
I don't see what you whispered them. Can you just share with all of us?
No, not how that works. Good try.
Dang, I thought I had you there.
Jack, I just don't know.
About what? About Mitzka?
Yeah, I just don't know about Meat Scott, or Zachariah, or Hudson.
What does Zechariah have to do with any of this?
I just don't know, Jack. Just don't know.
Well, I don't know
Most of
either.
all-
We'll find the eye. It's fine. Everything's be fine.
Most worrisome of all, I don't know if I'll ever catch all the fish.
Well, you won't. You should just accept that.
How could you say that to me, Jack?
You'll never
Thanks so
catch all
much.
the fish.
I just wanted to catch just one of each.
What are you, kind of catch and release everything? It doesn't even add up. You destroy
I
the
mean, I
ecosystem
prefer to
if you
cook them,
catch
but-
everything.
It means a lot to me, Jack. Why are you being like this?
I'm just trying to clean this fucking place. I didn't even want to come up here. I think it's a waste of our time. You're worried about a leaky roof.
Oh, the roof is leaking, that's right. Oh, it's hopeless.
Because of the leaky roof, it's hopeless.
It's just one of the many things there, Jack. Oh,
What are you even worried about? You'll be fine.
I don't know.
Punch a hole in this wall.
Fine.
Put some more energy into it, I don't know.
Now just blow the dirt out.
Okay. So yeah, we frustratingly and depressingly do that.
All right, and it does take quite a while to do that for the majority of the rooms, so it'll be late afternoon, getting closer to dinner time by the time you're all done with that.
Well, I think we put more holes in the walls than we're here, but at least we fixed them
fixed
back.
them.
Yarr.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I think you cast mending each time after.
Yeah,
Yarr.
just mending the holes and then just mending the walls and stuff in general after we're done cleaning out the interior of the room. Ah, it's looking so good. A lot better than we came in here for. Looking much better.
I just wish we could find and squash that weird bug.
Right, I do wish we could have just squashed that damn little thing. We'll get it though. You little bastard.
You know, not that long ago, I would have heartlessly stepped on the damn thing, but now I have Zechariah whispering in my ear, "Oh, don't step on it. Maybe it'll communicate with us."
It's beautiful.
You know, I thought that too, and then everything that it wanted to communicate with basically tried to kill us.
Right.
So if my inner Zachariah says, "Oh, that's so beautiful," I feel like we must squish it.
I'll try and keep that in mind.
It's a good thing to keep in mind.
No, it's not.
Crush the
Terrible
beautiful.
advice. Crush the beautiful. Wow.
Let's say, man, there is all those creatures in the woods, the spiders, the chest-bursting monsters, the rats.
You know, I used to be considered quite handsome before that aging effect thing.
Before that aging effect and before you lost all your teeth.
In your eye?
Yarr.
And your
I
eye.
have better teeth now. And really liking them. The better to chew your food with.
All right, it's about dinner time at this point. Did you all want to reconvene with Lucky or go to Captor's house or go back to the spinning wheel for all the delicious food there?
Mitzka, I think, would suggest leaving if we're really trying to, like, lay a trap and have somebody come try to lay a trap for us, right? Like, that's the ultimate objective. Then we should leave it alone for a while and see if we come back if anything or anyone is, like, hiding, you know, like, laying.
Yarr.
So we go to
Something
the
for
spinning
us.
wheel, order food, tell people, be like, "Oh man, this place is starting to look real ship-shape over there. Looking forward to tomorrow's grand opening.
Yeah, we can
Order
pretend to be
potatoes
there.
over
The
here."
spinning wheel, though, it's too expensive. Can we convince Body Nook to give us more free food?
I can give you a potato, but it costs 5 silver pieces, yes.
Oh my god, where'd you come from?
You said my name 3 times in a mirror.
He just descends on a fishing line.
What if Body Nook turned into a centipede and crawled away?
Mitzka's got a brilliant idea. I think Mitzka's gonna suggest, what if instead of buying the food at the wheel, we sit outside and beg for money because the food is so expensive and say, oh no, if only there was another inn with cheaper cuisine that was opening soon. We'd
I'll leave the
tarnish
begging
the
up to you.
reputation.
Should just be put on some sort of play.
I
Mitzka's
let you
like,
do that.
I learned acting in Wayfinder school, so I might know a thing or two.
I'm gonna speed the narration just a little bit. Kind of
Sure.
without going in great depth with every random NPC that you meet. Lucky has spread a lot of information about the grand opening later tonight. Jack, I believe, was going to do pyrotechnics, and Moriarty was planning to cook for that. So
I thought the grand opening is tomorrow night.
Yeah, grand opening's tomorrow night. We wanted to make sure there was time for them to
And
go
I wanted them to
sabotage.
try to like sabotage us and kill us tonight if that was the...
sure, okay. So everything that you guys just described about just kind of seeding the town for getting ready for another inn to open. That's taking place over kind of the dinner and evening hours. Lucky can interact with Eric now at this point, though, in the Cedar Cellar. Very easy to find him.
I don't know, so I need to like role play proper that. I just definitely would go sing some songs and flirt my ass off and see where I got.
Okay. Yeah. So the performance goes well. Everyone enjoys your music, and you're able to kind of lay the groundwork a little bit more for your grand opening. With Eric, your flirtation is reciprocated quite a bit. As much as you are comfortable with, he would welcome you back to his place.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but
After a long night of partying, but yes.
right, but once you get there, he gets a little bit weird and then starts talking about Victor again. And he's like, "I'm sorry. You're wonderful, Lucky, and this might be something, but I'm not ready for this yet."
I would just, as charismatic as I am, I would definitely give him a nice big hug and take as long as you need, big guy. There will always be logs to chop. And then I know it's late, but I'm going to get my ass back to that fucking bar and see if there's anyone still up.
Wow.
Sure,
Make
make
a
performance check.
Damn it. I'm not sleeping with those stinky sailors again.
Are you referring to me and Moriarty?
23.
Yeah, you get lucky.
Well,
Nice. Meow.
Lucky gets lucky.
Yeah,
Lucky
I was
gets
good.
lucky.
I spent all night trying to woo Eric, and he was uncomfortable. So luckily, I made it back in time, and probably no one as handsome as Eric. But
No, not as handsome as Eric.
and I'd like to be clear: man, woman, any race, anything.
Yeah.
Lucky is that
Lizard
type
bug.
of suave lizard.
Yeah.
Centipede.
100%. I feel like I would be more inclined to like be interested and flirt with like maybe a people I had never like encountered before. Lucky's about it.
So, is your nickname at the bar not Lucky Shore, but Lucky Whore?
Maybe. I have lots of nicknames in lots of bars.
Lucky does end up getting lucky with a non-binary elf named Adarellin, who is a poet, quite like you are a musician,
Oh.
and so there's already
Love
a
it.
nice common ground there before any other physicality gets going.
Wonderful.
Night merges into day. Anything particular that you all want to make sure gets included over the night before you take your long rests, morning the next day, up until about afternoon?
I guess where are you guys sleeping? Are you guys sleeping at the trap, or are you?
I thought they were staying with a captor.
Captor or take
Yeah,
shifts being
captor.
around the trap? I don't know.
I don't want to metagame since I'm not there, but like somebody in your
Yeah.
party would think to like watch it at least, right?
Yeah, Mitzka would be there, definitely.
Like you at least have to watch it, so when it like is on fire in the middle of the night, we're not gonna know who did the thing.
Okay. Sure, Mitzka, make a perception check.
This is where Mitzka dies or like gets possessed for the rest of the campaign. Perception, you said.
Well, I was gonna say, I think Mitzka's been acting kind of weird, so if she's gonna watch it, I definitely think Jack would stay with me.
Please
Sure.
tell me you got a higher perception than 8, though.
Yeah, you
I
can
mean,
make a
if
perception
I-
check as well, Jack.
Okay.
I do. It's 14. It's not great. It's better than 8.
No.
I have the rhyming disease!
You do not, in fact, see anything. It seems like a peaceful night.
Yikes!
You feeling better after your seizure, Mitzka?
It wasn't a seizure, I think. I'm perfectly sure it was a misunderstanding. I imagine
You were drooling and you had an open mouth and slack jaw.
Well, now I know you're lying. I'm
not.
I am a dragon turtle-born. Do you think we drool? We're not humans, after all.
I think you have saliva.
I'm about to Google search whether normal turtles have saliva. I
I
imagine
sworn you
they
said
do.
you drooled when you
I
were
would be
high the other
surprised
time.
if turtles didn't have saliva.
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 Welcome to Toe of the Sea Belongs.
Oh, they do
What's
have
the-
saliva
Fuckers.
curse.
What's Snopes in Narrow Ahan?
Snopes.
Is Snopes just like a little gnome that lives somewhere and goes around and writes
Leaning
books?
Snopes.
I'm here to research dragon turtle saliva. Rated true. I just gave you a
Partially
free NPC idea. Free NPC idea, Nathan, who is doing something weird behind the DM screen right now, very focused.
Wait. Well, now I'm finding contradicting answers that they eat underwater because they don't have much saliva.
Don't worry, Snopes is on the case. I'll find the truth.
Okay, I was
What
doing
about
nothing at
sea
all behind the DM screen. So,
What about box turtles? I mean, you're a
Mitzka and Jack
land-based turtle.
don't see anything over the
So
course of their
looking at probably
stakeout,
cool.
but they have a nice, some nice camaraderie. Back at Captor's house, Clacker and Moriarty get to meet Clacker's extended family. So, Clacker, this is your first time meeting your cousin-in-law, Shalisha, who is a dolphin folk, and then your cousin-nephew is fully whale folk, but half orchid folk, half dolphin folk.
Oh, it's so good to meet you two finally.
Oh, likewise. I've heard a lot about you from Captor.
Oh, really? How'd you two meet?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know. And she'll launch into a story that I did not, in fact, prepare and don't particularly feel like making up on the spot. But it's, I'll say it's a really nice moment, a nice, calm, relaxing evening. I'll say that your DC lowers by 2 over this long rest because of how relaxed you feel to get rid of the kind of darkness effect.
Please,
Please.
Daddy.
Do you want me to make that roll now?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. All right, let's see. 13. A 10.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not gonna retcon that. I was gonna say I could use bolstering magic, but I should have done that before. I'm not gonna do that.
So I was looking up about box turtles and their saliva. I missed something.
Oh,
found some
Clacker still hasn't shaken off his insanity effect from a few nights ago.
Oh, okay.
But that aside, it's been a very pleasant evening for Clacker and Moriarty.
My name is Nick Perrin, and I'm an actor, writer, and game master. And on Tabletop, I talk with an expert game master every week to find out the best ways to run amazing games and tell epic stories. Looking to start DMing? Or maybe you've been a game master for a long time and want to spice up your table? Then this podcast is for you. Tabletop is released on Mondays wherever you get your podcasts.
The following day, how do you feel your day before the grand opening?
Well, we didn't have a plan for the actual grand opening. They were supposed to try and interfere before the grand opening, but apparently they don't have the organizational strength to actually stop this little project before it gets off the ground. So,
What was your plan?
the plan is, I say, okay, what if we there's 2 choices when a plan goes wrong like this. You either leave town or you double down. I personally say let's just double the fuck down and open a goddamn inn. But we could also just leave town. I get Moriarty some potato. We get Body Nook. He can set up a potato stall. I'll play music. Moriarty can cook. Clacker can get some tea going. Mitzka, are you spitting on yourself right now? What are you fucking doing? What are you doing right now?
It is warm out here.
I have no
What?
cat who licks themselves, so...
Yeah, but what
No,
are you
I'm
doing
not-
with your... What is that?
It is quite hot and humid right now.
Can you go back to your elf poet, please?
Well, I literally just saw you spit on yourself.
Well,
And I didn't tell you about my endeavors last night. I don't kiss and tell. It was
I'm
great, though.
sure.
But let's just do it. Let's do the damn thing and see what happens. That's what I say. Because honestly, I'm invested at this point. But we could also just go to the whatever of fate. What was it called? The well of fate. Eye of Norse.
The Well of
The
Fate.
Well of Fate.
I'm
You do
realizing
have
Mitzka
most
has
of a day
wasted
before
some
the grand
time.
opening.
That's not...
How long would it take for us to get to the Well of Fate?
Well, it's a reasonably short ferry ride, a hike through the woods and up a small mountain. You could probably get there by little after lunch, or by a late lunch, depending on what you've said about how early the tavern is opening, you could give it a preliminary search before doing the grand opening.
Well, surely it'd be a nighttime affair. I mean, you can't grand open an inn.
Right, I figured it would be like at least towards sunset. I mean, it's early summer, so you might start before the sun actually sets, but it's definitely like at the end of the workday.
Okay, so can we talk about Tree Stride, Jantor?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we have Jantor just take us?
Because
How you feeling,
you
big
know, well, no, but since he has a powerful tree stride, it's such a powerful stride, Jantor. I love your stride. It's so powerful.
Ain't nothing gonna break that stride.
Thank you.
Can you sense the trees that you can travel to? Because why don't we just skip? Okay, so just skip us over there and skip all this weird fairy thing. No offense,
No.
DM. I'm sure the fairy's great.
I can do that. I have 1 level of exhaustion right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, we've had full rests without combat, so Totem is no doubt fully charged by this point. I believe this would be doable.
It's not quite. We have 9 charges right now.
Oh, well,
But
I'll
by
use
tomorrow-
2 hit dice. Jantor will use 2
Okay.
hit dice.
Well, thanks, buddy.
Yar. We appreciate it, big guy.
Certainly, and I'll go
Don't
ahead and
train
cast
yourself
Greater
too
Restoration
hard,
on
though.
myself.
You're already
So
working.
I'm all good to go.
Overtime.
We can do this.
Okay.
That's the spirit.
Jantor is ready to go. Unless Clacker wants to talk to his friend at the ferry. I understand that.
I do think that talking to him is wise, but I think we should talk to him and actively make a show of how we're not taking the ferry. That way, when we end up over there, they're like, how'd they do that?
Oh shit, we need to get the remote, though.
Arr,
We can't
arr,
open the
arr.
doors without the remote.
But there's already a door open. There's a cave open.
But there's multiple
Yarr.
fucking doors.
What true?
There
I
is
mean,
multiple doors. I'm pretty sure there's definitely going to be more
Well,
doors.
they did say every time
Right,
you
if
show
you-
up with a remote thing, a new one opens and the other one closes.
Right? So picture 6 doors right now, okay? Door 1 is open and you die in door 1. Door 1 is still open. I'm assuming you need to get through to door 2 and door 3 and door 4 and door 6 and so on.
Yarr.
Right now, only door 1 is open.
Right.
Picture a
We
door.
need the remote.
I mean, isn't it just as likely that the next door will kill us?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, we're probably gonna
Or
die.
couldn't door 1 actually be an easier door, but the adventurers that went into it weren't just, oh, that's
I
smart, or
think they're
talented.
cumulative.
Okay, so I have to ask you a question, Moriarty. You were fucking dedicated to me getting the goddamn wheel off of the inn, and you're arguing with me about getting the door opener for the place you're going. You don't make any fucking sense.
Well, that one was right there, and that's the other thing is across town, and it's a side journey. When we already could have gotten into the place we were going.
But I
just
don't think
seems-
we can. That's my
Hey,
point.
Nathan, can I find it's midday, right? Like it's morning, or it's morning, not midday.
It's morning. Yeah.
So Eric passed by the spinning wheel. We're headed that way. Eric passed by there when we were fucking around yesterday morning. Is it
Yes.
reasonable that he's going to be passing by this morning?
Yes.
Hey guys, can everyone pitch in 1 gold? Everybody can have 1 gold from everybody. Jack?
Why? What does that have to do with anything?
I'm just trying to get us some fucking help.
Well,
I
can
think
you
this Eric
explain
is a-
why you need the gold?
I think this Eric guy is a good fellow. Okay? I think he's a good person.
Yarr.
I have a good feeling about him. I think he's just a kind soul who just likes chopping wood, and he's
Sure.
just looks so great. You know what I mean? Who could be bad that looks that good, right? Am I right? Hello?
Jantor nods.
Okay. So why
Moriarty will pull out a gold coin and palm it over, and then he's,
No, I'm just saying, ask Eric to watch the Lucky Goose for us while we're gone, and it'll cover.
Aren't you
it'll
worried he's
cover.
going to end up dying?
Maybe. No, he's a big strong. No, he'll be fine.
Wasn't his husband a big strong lad as well?
Okay, what's your fucking idea, Moriarty?
You just said you
I'm
weren't
just
worried
saying.
because he was a big
No,
strong
I've heard all
lad.
the problems with my idea, so let's not do mine. What's your idea?
Well, I already said we could just go, but you guys said we want the remote, so let's go
I
get the
think we need
remote.
the remote.
I think we
I
need
was
the
just
fucking
saying the
remote.
door's already open. That was
Yarr.
my point. That was all my point was. The door was
Okay.
open.
Can we cooperatively fund Eric's day of goose sitting for us?
I got a gold coin in my hand and I'm trying to give you to pay for the man to watch
Thank
the
you.
place.
I'll
Thank
flip
you.
him
And
a gold coin, but I'm gonna say
If Eric is dead by the end of the day, I want that coin back.
Okay, we'll pick it off of his fucking corpse.
Okay,
and
that
then I'm
sounds good as
hoping-
well.
Take the coin.
Six
Mitzka's
six
gonna-
gold for a day. I mean, that feels like a totally fine.
He can stay at the inn for a night.
I was gonna say.
I think he should stay outside the inn. There's something weird going on inside the inn.
I was talking about the other inn.
That inn is too expensive. I'm not funding that.
He could pay 6 gold. He could technically stay at the inn a night, is all I'm saying.
I think he has his own house.
He has a house.
I almost got to see the inside of it last night, but don't
I thought
tell
you
anyone.
weren't there. I mean,
Does
not
he
more
go
already.
along with this, Nathan? Will he watch it for us?
Yes, Eric will watch the Lucky Goose, the Downy Goose, the tea and honey.
Oh, I should have
quarters.
asked a fucking tree. I forgot about that.
The cat's cradle.
It's not too late.
No, Eric could use a little windfall. He's having a rough time.
He's gonna get murdered by a
Maybe.
lizard bug
Perhaps
or a centipede.
some of him may die.
Some of
But it's
him,
a-
all of him.
It's a risk I'm willing to take. And then I want to go. I think we're going to go back to Wellspring and get the remote.
Sure.
Yar.
Did you collectively want to speak with the ferryman before doing that, though?
I think
Sure.
remote ferrymen go.
Remote ferryman go.
I kind of like Ferryman Remote Go.
Let's do ferryman remote go. I like that too.
Because I kind
That's
of
a
like
great
the idea of being like, oh yeah, we'll be back in like 10 minutes. We're going to go get the
Yeah,
remote. And then we're just
and it's
on the
more
other side of the river.
confusing.
I love it.
More chaotic.
Right. Harder to track.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They'll say, when did you see him last? And they'll be like, I don't know. It was morning before I ate lunch. They said they'd be right back. Maybe they left during lunch. I don't know. Then Scald will say, I talked to him before I had breakfast because they eat breakfast late. It's going to confuse everyone.
Right. So you all head to the ferry, and Clacker, as promised, you recognize one of your old crewmates, one of the guys that sailed under you back when you had your own ship. This is Hemming, an old sea dog. He's a human in his mid-60s, and he has a peg leg from when he was overboard doing some just leisurely swimming. It was all planned, but in the shallow water there was a shark that took his leg, so he ended up being fine, but he's got a peg leg now.
Damn.
Now, did I know him with the peg leg or not with the peg
Oh,
leg?
the peg leg was while he was sailing for you. So
While
his
he was
whole
sailing
like
for me. Okay,
yeah, his whole physical rehabilitation and all of that. Like you were with him through all of that.
got it.
Oh, hey there, Hemming. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, is that did that be Clacker? Clacker, it's
yeah.
good to see you again, mate.
Oh yeah, you too. How you been, buddy?
I've been good. Trisyn's a nice place for a little quieter than the high seas, but there's still enough action to whet me appetite.
Oh, that's good. Nothing like the tea we used to have back in the day here, though, huh?
No, nothing like tea and honey. I mean, well, Tea and Honey Quarterly does ship in some teas up to Trisyn, but no, nothing like the adventures that we used to have under your ship. I mean, on your ship, under your leadership.
Well,
Oh,
it
yeah.
sounds like you did have an adventure under the ship. And then Meatska like gestures at his leg, or lack thereof.
Our shark did take a liking to me Stump.
Oh yeah, it was a crazy day. You know, he was just going in the water. We were just unloading some stock, and there was just a shark right there. It just took it clean off.
Yar. Well, what do we bringing you here, Clacker? You and your companions now.
You know, we're here looking for the Eye of Norn over there in the well.
Yes, you and every other adventurer this side of the equator, yes. Well, it do be there. Normally I charge to take you across the Duckerall River, but it's you, Clacker. You know, you and your friends. I'll take you across anytime you need.
Oh, well, you know, that's really nice. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I did it.
Nice.
666. That was really hard.
I was wondering.
Sorry. It is really hard.
I totally lost my train of thought.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. The pentagram threw me.
Easy.
Reverse engineer it.
You know, I think we're aiming to be some of the only people that'll actually, come back. We heard it's not too likely that people that go out there come back. Well, at least not alive. You know, they do come back, but only as a body.
A few come back alive. Many don't. Adventurers always think they're a little bit tougher than they are, you know?
Oh yeah, I know. And I'll kind of lean into him. I'll be like,
Aye.
"This place is weird, right? This whole city is weird."
it do be a bit weird, but, you know, I don't mind it too much.
Have you noticed? How long have you been here?
Say 10 years now.
10 years, okay. Have you noticed a lot of big changes from when there was the previous sheriff here to the new one? You know, my cousin.
Sheriff Olaf? No, your cousin, I think, does, he's not the most physically well endowed compared to you, Clacker. I mean, you still got it looks like.
Nice.
What I meant
Just
to
like
say...
kind of like keeps looking down.
A real peg leg, you might say.
What,
And I take out my horn and I go, oh, it's not real. And then I put it back in my
no.
blowhole.
What I mean to say about your cousin is I think that he tries very hard, but I do think he's better than Olaf had been. But the monsters, they just don't stop coming in the forest, and luckily we haven't had any buildings get completely destroyed by them. We always turn them back before they get into the town, especially with so many adventurers about.
Oh, yeah. What happened to the old sheriff? I heard he just kind of stepped away and retired. Was it anything else, or did he just walk away?
I don't believe he would have walked away. He was a bit more dutiful than that, even if he wasn't very competent. Yeah, again, your cousin is a better sheriff, even if an imperfect one. I do believe that if a monster didn't get him, there might have been some foul play. With so many adventurers coming and going, I think that quite a few of them have. So they say they've. Take Otar, for example. He says he's retired. I think that he's just looking to take the town for himself and seat himself on the top.
Right.
And I think that there's some crime element. I don't know the details. I definitely have noticed my coin purse gets a little lighter every once in a while, which really sucks, but I mean, I've got everything I need.
Right. And those other places, the other things in town, like a couple people have just died really young, out of nowhere.
Yar.
We had,
that concerns me is, third, half my age, third, or two, what is it, 1/3 of my age. That don't be right.
What do you think about that? Do you think they're just been natural, or, I mean, you've been here for a while, you've seen the change.
Nothing natural about that. I don't know what it might be, but it's not natural, that's for sure.
I'm trying to think, like, what else I can ask him, really.
Ask him how much he charges.
That's true. I like that you let us use the fair for free. That's really nice. But how much is it normally? I don't want to be putting you out of any money.
Yar, I do charge 1 gold piece per person for one way across, simply because I am the only ferryman, and because my coin purse keeps getting skimmed. Still cheaper than the spinning wheel, right? Even if I know it's a little pricey, but there's always been a little bit of piracy in me bones.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, at least. Well.
I do have week passes for those that do a lot of lumberjacking across the river. It's 12 gold
Do you have
pieces
a punch
week.
card?
12 gold pieces a week for round trips every day, as many as you want, which is a 4 gold piece discount if you go only one time a day, so it's a pretty good deal.
Well, we just have to go get the remote. We'll be right back for our trip.
Your trip across to the Well of Fate?
Absolutely.
Now, Clacker, I trust you, and I've seen that you can do great things indeed, but please be careful. It's most don't come back, and those that do come back are changed.
Changed how?
Forlorn, withdrawn. Sometimes they keep pointing and saying they can see things, but when I look, there's nothing there. Sometimes they just reminisce about the good old days, back when they were children or young adults. It's different for everyone, but it's concerning. I don't want to see anything happen to you.
Okay, well, thank you for letting me know. Interesting.
Yar. Aye.
Go get the remote. I'll be right back.
All right.
Lucky runs off. And fast. Like dash, feline agility. Pew!
Shouldn't we all go with him to keep up the illusion that we're just going to be back in a moment?
I said go get the remote before I left. I'll come to the... Oh my god.
Well, I'm just picturing
Yeah,
if
where
we
do we meet
teleport
him?
from there, it's not gonna, we gotta teleport from somewhere else.
Well, I'll obviously come meet you at the wellspring.
Okay, yeah.
I'm a smart dude. I don't know.
He's
Am I
running
smart?
while we're
I'm
walking.
I'm charismatic. I don't know if I'm smart. I'm 15 intelligence. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So where's Lucky going?
I have to talk to Eric.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that real quick, and then we'll get to the wellspring.
I catch up to him. Sorry. Hey, Eric, sorry. I just had to ask you a real quick question, okay?
Okay. What is it, Lucky?
This is gonna be weird. I'm a storyteller, right? I collect tales, and I really try to tap into just that like core emotional part of. I never asked when Victor died. How long ago was it?
It was only 7 months ago.
7 months ago. And was that
Yes.
at the Well of Fates?
It was across the Dagharal River. It wasn't in the mountains itself.
Okay. Have you been to the Well of Fates?
Been to them? I've not been
Yes.
inside them.
Got them. You told me that. Okay. I just had that missing part, and I needed to just fill in that blank real quick. I appreciate you so much, and I'm gonna help you remember Victor. Victor's gonna live on in our memories, okay? And I run off.
I thank you, Lucky. Bye. Okay,
I just forgot to ask how long it has been, and
sure.
I needed to know. And then
Yeah.
I head to Wellspring.
All right, and everyone else is already there. Not by they're not significantly ahead of Lucky again because of feline agility.
And I'm running.
Right. And so you'll be out of breath, but yeah, you can catch up with everyone else. And Scold is inside the Well of Fate in the reception area. She's speaking in rhyme with a couple random townspeople. They're talking to her about like economic matters. And after they leave, she turns and looks at all of you.
Hello.
Hello. Good to see you again. Are you enjoying time here in Trisyn?
Yar.
That was pretty weak. feel like you should punch
Disinspiration to
yourself.
Grant.
I feel like you have to punch yourself for that one. I'm joking. I hate to bother you anymore, but we need the device that opens the doors.
She looks at you quizzically.
We were told by the town that you had a remote laying around.
You keep using the word remote. I'm not sure that that's a word that people would really understand.
Well, I'm pretty
In
sure
this
that's
context?
what you said. Didn't you say remote?
Did I?
Where'd I get the word remote?
I think I said device. I'm not sure.
Device.
Well, okay, either
Well-
way.
We're not sure how to open the door. If you have some sort of device, then perhaps that's exactly what will suffice.
You're saying that you need to open doors. I'm not sure I understand. Can you say more?
We're going to the Well of Fates. If you could help us, that'd be great.
Her eyes get big, and then she leans forward, and she says, "The Well of Fate holds puzzles devious, and solving them requires bravery. Designed by ancient hags mischievous, you must assemble all the proper keys. The captain's wheel upon my posted sign, and spinning wheel above the spinning wheel. Put them together and you'll be just fine, and don't forget the potter's prize for wheel. Assemble you these stolen items 3. In concert they will open up the way, and let you delve into the caves beneath the surface stone above the Well of Fate. When at wit's end, take items 3 and turn. To see what secrets next, perhaps you'll learn."
Yar.
Can you copy paste that?
So we should have taken
Or
that
say-
wheel.
That sign.
So we
you wanna
steal the wheel.
I
from
can't
the
believe we have
steal
to
the
take the
wheel.
wheel, Nathan. Fuck you.
I told it. I told
I
you.
seriously
I
have to go
told
back and
you,
take my
Lucky. I told you.
So wait a
Yeah,
second.
but so did we.
Hold
We told
up.
you we needed the device.
Hold up. You're saying that Captain Clacker goes with his merry band of deputies into the pits, gets these items, and then redistributes them around town for people
That
to
seems
steal
to
them?
be
And I'm the one who's wrong here?
that seems to be what
Apparently
Captain Captor
so.
might have been implying.
Wow.
Yeah, so once
Lucky.
more, it's the Well of Fate holds puzzles devious, and solving them requires bravery. Designed by ancient hags mischievous, you must assemble all the proper keys. The captain's wheel upon my posted sign, in reference to the spinning or the wellspring. and spinning wheel above the spinning wheel. Put them together and you'll be just fine. And don't forget the Potter's Prize for wheel. The Potter's Prize being another one of the buildings in this town. Assemble you these stolen items 3. In concert will they open up the way, and let you delve into the caves beneath the surface stone above the Well of Fate. When at wit's end, take items 3 and turn to see what secrets next perhaps you'll learn.
This is ridiculous. I can't
Rest
believe I have to
in
fucking
power.
take that fucking wheel. I'm so mad. Ugh.
I feel like I knew there was something larger about the sign, the way you were like, I'm going to describe all parts of it equally, so like nothing, I was like, there's got to be something here, so we really should have taken the wheel the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, the sign above the wellspring is more direct. It's just dark stained wood with lighter carved out of the stain that just says the wellspring in plain simple letters. But next to it is a large captain's wheel from an old boat.
Gotcha.
So that's what she's referencing in the poem. And that would be apparent to any of the characters. I hadn't described that sign before to you as players.
Gotcha, we'd run and grab that. And then there's the Potter's Wheel, correct? The Potter's Prize for wheel.
I don't like this game. Why are they making us play a game? Like, they did this. Like, the literal deputies put these items back, and we're playing their game, guys. We're gonna get killed. We're gonna get fucking murdered. This is the beginning of a murder story.
Murder.
Exactly.
Well, I thought you didn't like the movie.
I don't. That was a cool visual in the movie. That was part of the movie I enjoyed, was because I hadn't read the book yet, so I was like, why does he keep saying that? That part I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Murder.
I thought this was Stephen King podcast.
Okay, what was this lady's name again?
Scold.
Skull. What's with the runes around town? What's with the games? I mean, I get that. You know, there's gonna be competition in town now, right? You know, we're opening an inn. You're not gonna be able to take advantage of people anymore. You didn't hear my song? Here, let me sing it for you. No.
Sing away today. Please play.
You're losing it.
She bangs her head hard against the wall. There's like a trickle of blood when she does that.
Jeez.
Whoa, Skull. So I guess basically, if I know how to defeat you, I just need to get the word orange planted in your head. It'll drive you mad. What's with the ruins around town? What's going on? What are you doing to these poor people?
There are not carved runes around the town.
I didn't say carved. You just said carved. I said runes, ma'am.
I don't appreciate this coarse shakedown.
And
She shuffles past you and opens the door and then points up at the sign above her head to where the wheel is.
but you have to rhyme.
The captain's wheel up on my posted sign, the spinning wheel above the spinning wheel. Put them together and you'll be just fine, and don't forget the Potter's Prize for wheel. Listeners, wheel there at the end of that is spelled W-E-A-L, as in good luck. It's not conveyed very well over audio.
I said it last episode, I'll say it again. You shouldn't rhyme wheel with wheel with wheel. Even if wheel and wheel are different words.
What's an episode? Is that what Mitzka had when she was drooling on herself?
Yes. Exactly what you'd call that.
I don't even... I'm not going to take it from you. You weren't even there.
You know what? Jack, seems like you're in charge here. So if you want to just play along, we'll just fucking play along. I say we figure out what's going on with this lady.
Yeah, I mean, she did say that it was made by hags, and I don't really like the sound of that.
This feels like a hag puzzle to me if I've ever fucking heard one.
Are you
Go
a
find
hag?
the wheels. Yeah, are you a hag?
I don't.
It's kind of a rude
appreciate
question. I don't
being
mean to be
called a
upfront.
hag.
You don't look like a hag.
I think that you know, I don't appreciate being called a hag. I think that this discussion is a drag.
You and me both, sister.
I have an inkling to dispel magic on you. What do you think of that? I can do that. I can take this weird magic you're using to kill all these people away from you. I don't like people that use their magic to hurt people. Scold.
No.
No what?
'Tis not
give me
curse.
something meaty,
And
or you
doesn't
can
do
say
the speed.
goodbye to your little rhyming thing.
She starts like slapping her head again, trying to figure out how to
Oh, use
think
the
up a
wall.
rhyme to
You can
answer.
use the wall for that.
Will you ascend, explore the Well of Fate? Tis, you... And yeah, she's gonna start like pressing her head against the wall, trying to figure out a rhyme. You're looking for the Eye of Norns. Indeed, you seek the Well of Fate.
Let's just remove this magic on her.
Was that approval?
I mean, yeah, I say do it.
Because, so I want to be clear, I know that I had yelled at Mitzka about charming person. I am dispelling magic because I am 99% sure that there's a corrupt, like, power structure here. Still not a fan of the charming stuff.
Right, well, if anything, you're potentially ending a charm. However,
Exactly.
it seems like there was legitimately no curse or charm on her. It appears
She's
that
just
this is entirely self-inflicted.
So, no illusion or anything? She's actually a person? There's just no illusion magic? Nothing at all?
She's not a bug, lizard, centipede.
Well, she's definitely not a bug, lizard, centipede. She's just a sweet old lady
I
that
hate
likes to
those
rhyme.
I'm a sweet old lady and I like to rhyme. I don't actually have a rap, but it sounded like the start of one.
And if I miss a beat, I'll smash my head on a dime.
Yeah, sorry,
Wiki wow.
Lucky, there might actually be something here. Give me a second.
My name's Rappin' Jack and I'm here to say it's great to rap in a yoldy kind of way.
Oh my god.
I'm rapping Jantor and I'm here too, and I'm gonna make some moose rhymes for you. Pine is my favorite kind of tree.
Yeah, so you're totally right, Lucky.
Uh-huh.
As
She
you
does... she does transform.
God, what?
Oh!
Into a hag?
Into a hag.
It's a fucking hag. I said it was a hag the second we met her.
So you are
I
a
didn't
hag.
say you're wrong.
She points at you with like a withered green hand and then looks down and shrieks and then glares at you.
Are you a nice hag or a bad hag?
There is no reason that we need to fight. I do believe that we desire same.
No, you're killing
Admittedly-
people. You're killing people. You're killing
Admittedly,
these
you gave me quite a
townspeople.
fright. Same,
You're-
same, fright. Fright, same.
And she's like clawing at her face a little bit.
Oh, God. You're killing these people. You're bringing people into town, killing them, bringing monsters. Where do you get the monsters? How do you make monsters? Are you making monsters out of the people you kill?
No, there are monsters in the Well of Fate.
What's making them be there?
There's something in the well that denigrates. The land around the well is all corrupt.
Uh-huh.
Corrupt. No, corrupt. And then she starts like smashing her head against the door again. Or against the wall. Corrupt.
Erupt. There's something that makes the land corrupt. We need heroes to stop it from erupting.
And then she just wails.
What, can I roll, like, history or anything on hags? Like, because, like, hags in D&D are pretty terrifyingly terrible creatures. Is that the case in Naroahan?
That tends to be the case in Narohan. Go ahead and roll a history check.
The 16?
Yeah. Your best working knowledge is that they tend to be pretty terrifyingly horrible creatures. You know, everything that you've seen in this town suggests that something is not right.
Right.
At the same time, Scold has not shown aggression to anyone directly other than herself.
That's what I'm worried about. She hasn't, like, attacked us.
Right.
But it is a hag. I look
Right.
at Jen, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what the... We at least need to tell Captor. We at least need to tell Klingon. What was the fucking name?
Need to go the Well of Fate and get the eye before it is too late.
I think we're gonna go get Captor, the sheriff, and let him know that there's a, not what it appears to be running the town. What happened to Scold? That's a good question. Are you Scold? Are you actually Scold? What happened to the original Scold?
My name is Scold and always has it been. And I am the elder here in Trisyn.
Uh-huh. What happened to Olaf?
The sheriff was incompetent. Olaf was terrible, and so we had him offed.
Offed?
We.
Offed? I mean, that's a good rhyme.
who's
I like
we?
it. Hags usually have sisters.
The fisherman.
I don't know if that's true.
He asks
Just
who
shut
is
the
this
fuck up.
we. In reference, it is I We sisters 3.
And let me guess, the spinning wheel, sister?
She shoves the captain's wheel that was over her sign at you. She was like holding onto it, and she nods. And again, she says, let's see, what was it? She will say,
Good thing we ate body nugs French toast and not any food there.
The captain's wheel upon my posted sign, the spinning wheel above the spinning wheel. Put them together and you'll be just fine. And don't forget the potter's prize for wheel.
And then she'll glare at Jack, knowing that he disapproves of that rhyme.
It's not a
Alright,
real
well, I
rhyme.
think we've established which 3 are the hags in this village now.
Yeah, we at least need to tell Captor. Like,
Yeah.
at least, guys.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
we at least need to let the local fucking authorities know.
Completely.
She grins, the implication clearly being that she is one of the local authorities.
Right, but there's gotta be like a town charter. Like, if the Elder Scold is revealed to be killing people, then her tenure is in question, right? I mean, do you have a charter?
Sure, yeah, I mean, Arohavian elders are democratically elected.
Okay. Well, I think this is gonna hurt your chances in the midterms.
Vote for me. I won't kill you. I promise.
I don't.
Certainly, I am not ominous.
I'd say it's pretty ominous to me.
Okay, what are we doing, Jack? We take the stuff, we leave this weird fucking little town? Or are we gonna fucking change things here?
I mean, I'm totally down for telling the sheriff or whatever. It's definitely an awkward situation where this hag isn't like assaulting us, so we can't just.
Yeah, can't
claim
you just make this
self-defense.
easy and try to like eat me?
No, she's a nice old lady who happens to be a hag.
Is that really? Is that really?
But you killed the last sheriff because he wasn't competent.
Yeah.
It's not a great excuse.
What happened to Victor?
Oh boy, you better not
tragedy.
tell me you killed him for no
A
reason.
tragedy befell Eric and Victor. They went to fight, and he was not the victor.
And then she just looks at
That
Jack.
is not a.
But you had nothing to do with it.
She shakes her head and proffers the steering wheel, hoping one of you will take it.
I don't want your fucking steering wheel.
Moriarty will grab it. So,
Oh god.
It doesn't do
Can we
anything
just-
to Moriarty.
you guys all said we had to have this fucking thing to go down the door. Now we know it's a
Maybe we do.
hag. We have the things, so let's just get it done.
Morally ambiguous situation that we're in.
Well, at this point, it seems like your action items are speaking with Captor and collecting the
Are we
other
leaving
wheels.
the hag in charge?
I mean, option number 3, we beat this old lady right here in the.
Mitzka, you're a wayfinder. Like, aren't you supposed to like rule on things like this? Like, what do you do? This is Mitzka's job.
Well,
I'm open.
I mean, to be
I'm
fair,
open
she's
to
an ugly old
options.
crone, but I have no idea what a hag is, so it's just some horrifying
A
lady.
monster.
I would
We just
say
were
that
spending days with an undead man.
Yes, exactly. I think, are we to judge by her species, by her race? Then
No, but her actions speak louder than that.
yes, and
Yeah, one, Mitzka, you always do that to me. And two, she did just admit to murder.
well, yes.
Actually, I think they admitted to assassination, which is a little bit different.
yes.
Same
That's fair.
potato, as our friend would
No, I'm
say.
like, that's totally fair. It's an important distinction.
It is. I mean, it is a different crime.
Oh, no, I agree. It's a very important distinction.
Perhaps we are not the ones to levy judgment here. Perhaps the townspeople can, if we reveal the information to them at the grand opening of the inn, then perhaps it's up to them to make the choice for themselves.
Yeah, she shrugs and she looks like legitimately a little bit conflicted, and then she says,
Assassination is political, so do not hold me in such ridicule.
Wow.
No, I will. I will hold you. Yes. Gonna
I feel a lot
continue.
of Fleeps will hold you in ridicule for assassinations.
Mitzka's gonna say, the people here will hold you accountable, and it's up to them to decide whether you are a scoundrel.
she nods and scratches her like gnarled nose.
Mitzka's gonna ask, how long have you been speaking in rhymes?
I have been speaking in such eloquent rhymes for many years, since the beginning of time.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
You're really
Rhyme
pretty
and time
bad at it.
are terrible. Everyone does rhyme and time. Don't say that
I was
one
gonna
is
say,
good.
you're
I
really
am like it
pretty
way more
terrible
than
at
me
it
than
for
Weedle.
somebody who's been doing it
It's-
for so long.
It's better than Victor and Victor, but
Alright. So, Are you one of the architects of this place?
Oh shit, you think that they built this fucking town?
She says, designed
That's
by
it.
ancient hags mischievous.
Oh my god, they built this town.
This whole thing, yeah. And they trapped
Holy
the eye of the
fuck.
Norns in the pit as bait.
Holy shit!
Okay,
This
that,
whole
that
thing's
isn't
a
good
honey pot. They didn't make a honey pot, we're in the pot.
Yeah, we're in the plant. Yeah, we're in the pot.
She kind of looks between the two of you and then looks over at Moriarty, who has the steering wheel. And she says, now, pointedly ignoring Jack's question, she says,
Fuck.
Now what awaits you at the Well of Fate? You'll soon ascend the mountain to this place. I'll tell you, long as you do not berate me if you fail this quest in grave disgrace. The well holds legendary power untold, but also oozes history forlorn. The Fates made grave mistakes in days of old, and since we've neither seen nor heard the Norns. An artifact is buried in the well. Your foresight and clairvoyant powers of tact improve. Be warned, for you must all prevail, and earn it this ancient, beauteous artifact. Responsibility is hard to shoulder, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
this has been the Kaleidosphere, To Whom the Sea Belongs. Thank you for joining us on this epic voyage. We would love to hear from you, so go to linktree/thekaleidosphere to get in contact with us, find our links to our Discord, our email, our social media, and just let us know how you're enjoying this journey. This campaign is dedicated to Brandon, who we hold in loving memory. To Whom the Sea Belongs is a campaign set in the Kaleidosphere. That's kale, like the vegetable, Ido, I-D-O, sphere. Join us next week.
God, fuck. I am sick of those bastards.